And today marks the last day of Hispanic Heritage Month. It started on September 15th, a day many Latin American countries celebrate as Independence Day. Throughout the month, we have been diving deeper into understanding the Hispanic and Latin communities' contributions and recognition in society. But regardless of the decades spent fighting for equality, we know there is still a long way to go. So joining us this evening is Andrew Bribriesco, an adjunct professor at the University of Iowa and an attorney in Bettendorf. Andrew, thank you so much for being with us again.
Thank you.
Well, we spoke with you earlier in the month and ended that conversation with you saying society is pushing in the right direction for the Hispanic and Latino community. You said some schools have even passed Latino history as part of their curriculum, so some progress there. But what do you see as the next step in the fight for awareness?
Yeah, as mentioned, having Latino history, Iowa Latino history, is crucial for the acceptance of Latinos into the Iowa community. It's also crucial for Latino youth in Iowa to get a sense of belonging, a sense of their own history. It's also important for all Iowans to get that history because shared experiences are one of the ways we can break down artificial barriers. But, for those who aren't in school, I think diversity and inclusion training is extremely important. These are, for Iowans who are maybe administrators, legislators, and, law enforcement officials. Just for example, Spanish is the second most spoken language in Iowa. And it's still we still are only an English-only state. That is something on the books today. And it's only acts as a symbol of, hey, maybe Spanish isn't welcome here, or any other language for that matter. It's a top-bottom type situation. We need role models at the top to discourage bullying that may happen at schools based upon, youth being Latino, speaking Spanish, or looking different.
And you are also the League of United Latin American Citizens of Iowa's legal advisor. So with what you have learned in that role, what do Hispanic and Latino immigrants in Iowa need right now?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. No matter your immigration status, I think all Iowans should have access to higher education. The Constitution is vehemently against a caste system. And education is one of those ways where people can, no matter what your background, and no matter where you're from, you're able to have success. So having access to education is important. State-issued licenses, whether that is something that can help all Latinos, participate into the local economy without fear of being pulled over. There's a whole lot of things that can be done. We hear a lot on the national news about at the border, families being separated and put into cages. That also happens here in Iowa. I think it's important for Iowans to feel safe, who all they're doing is working. If somebody's only crime is that they're working and they may not be from this country, I think those are the types of things that legislatures here in Iowa need to look at. There's catastrophic consequences for raids such as Mount Pleasant and Postville, where, as I mentioned, the only thing being done wrong is working where their employment is wanted and needed.
And we know a lot of people who are here and working want to be here legally. You've helped a lot of people stay in the U.S. legally. So let's talk a little bit about our system. Is it built to handle the number of immigrants currently seeking the legal residency in America?
The immigration system is completely broken. It's archaic. It's outdated. It needs to be updated. It is, I think, pretty clear to everybody here that there's a demand for a labor force, and the types of jobs being sought, and the applicants are immigrants, and many in Iowa are Latino immigrants. And I think we can start questioning the morality of the law in general when there's a demand for a labor force, and that labor force is being met, and and the laws aren't keeping up to date with the realities of the Iowa economy, or the U.S. economy for that matter.
Thank you so much for helping push that conversation forward for us tonight.
Thank you.